subathon would probably entail just keeping the stream going in between casts. And the downside of that is that because we're casting every day and we're casting two times a day every day, like I don't want the cast to be like negatively impacted, and I'm probably gonna get like really tired and really fatigued, and the cast is gonna like suffer as a result, and that like I'm not really okay with. Like I'm fine. I like because the fun thing about a subathon is like, you know, the streamer deteriorates over time, but it's like entertaining, it's fun, you know, you're playing games, you're doing things. But if we're casting, like I don't want to do a disservice to the players that we're casting, right? So like I wouldn't want the cast to be like low energy, or like I'd be falling asleep or something while like casting like Dark and Hero, you know. Like I'd wanna you know, prop them up, sort of thing. So it'd be kind of weird. That's my biggest issue with something like a subathon. At least a Cranky Duckling subathon, I mean. Regardless, we're jumping into our next series, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Canadian Terran player, the Teal Terran, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is UpATree. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chats. Coming into this, SHIN is the favored player. But I want to believe in Sal. Sal, speaking of subathon, has been going through a very long subathon. Has been streaming quite a lot. And a part of that is also competing in this tournament. So best of luck to Sal, to UpATree. Let's go. What we're hearing is you have too much integrity to subathon for the money. Well, it's one of those things where it's like, how do I put this? I don't think the Cranky Duckling channel is conducive to a subathon, just because like the channel is a little bit more like professional. Like what I mean by that is like for example, I ladder stream. I don't ladder stream here on the Cranky Ducklings, right? Like we only leave this channel for casting, and I always try to sleep and rest and be as best as I can whenever we cast or whenever we host an event, just because, you know, I want the cast to be good, right? Want it to be good, want it to be entertaining, and I feel like it'd probably be negatively impacted by a subathon, at least the quality of the cast, the quality of the stream, sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Like there's pros and cons to it, right? Like the con I would say is that I would say probably the Cranky Ducklings is less of a relatable stream. I don't know, like where like a regular stream or a regular streamer, a regular caster, like say like for example like Steadfast or Pig or Wardy, because they do other things on their channel other than casting, like they're able to like have like closer ties and closer connections with their audience, and as a result, like, you know, get more subs, get more donations, you get like a more dedicated like viewer base, I guess. And I think it's a little bit harder for us just because we only stick to casting here. That's like an intentional thing from us, but I'll get 3 problems goes down. But I think when it comes to growing a stream, it's probably like a negative thing. Like it probably hinders us more than anything. Probably hinders our growth, and probably one of the reasons why it took so long for our channel to grow as well. It's a little bit harder if that's kind of the approach we're taking. But regardless, we're settling in. It's all good. Regardless, we are going to be settling in. We do have our initial opener, going to be a third CC before starport. Once again, like just standard opener, third CC before starports into Banshee. Meanwhile, SHIN just going for his own hatch gas pool into an earlier Roach Warren. Okay, Roach opener here out of SHIN. Is still droning though, bearing in mind that this is not an aggressive Roach build. SHIN is still saturating, getting his natural, getting his third base up and running, taking gases as well, and soon going to be embracing a more Roach heavy start here just to survive any kind of Hellion aggression that UpATree has to offer. Speaking of Hellion aggression, the Hellions are out. Overlord diving into the main. is going to be focused down. Does get a full scout of the main base. With this, Shin does confirm the third TC, is aware of the 111, is aware of the Banshees. Shin, he sees everything he needs to, and back at home, Spores. Spores are on the way, so Shin, he's responding beautifully. Roaches are gearing up. Queens are in position here at the third. Roaches are on the way, and they should be out just in time to defend the natural. Despite that, there is a small window that UpATree could try to abuse, as Shin is supply blocked. Ooh, 4 Overlords on the way. Brutal supply block for Shin. Despite that, UpATree does not quite go for the dive. As a result, Shin will defend, will survive. Let's go. Can't exactly throw up the just sleeping segments on this channel. Oh no. Not exactly, not exactly. But yeah, I know there's like pros and cons to how we run the Cranky Ducklings. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Maybe one day subathon we'll work around it somehow. I think maybe the only way we can properly do a subathon is if we make use of like the whole Duckling team, like myself and like Yaku and like Kuro, and maybe like Steel Mold and like Chase and like I don't know, and Milk or something, and we make like a team effort, and like we tag in and we tag out. Maybe we can do that. I don't know. We'd have to get creative. For now though, Banshees, they do hit the 5th. Oh! Trying to force a cancel. A last one Banshee goes down. Nice defense here by Shin. Cloak was not researched for UpATree. Did not research Cloak. Force back. And behind this, ooh, it looks like we might be setting up once again here for something like an 8 racks. Yeah, 5, yeah, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 racks in total. And if we don't get any add-ons here, if we don't take any gases, this is just going to be 3 base all-in. 3 base all-in. The same build that we saw UpATree use against Hatsu. Looks like the same build here once again. Coming into this UpATree, he did express that he wasn't really too confident going up against Shin. I mean, Shin, he is one of the best Zerg players in the world. But I want to believe. I want to believe in Old Mate Sal. Hellions, they trade. 3 drones go down. It's an okay amount of damage. That does mean there's significantly less to defend or less to work with when it comes to this push. Less to reinforce. As the army is amassing. Behind this, Shin is running up to 81. A very high drone count, very healthy drone count. Behind this, Hive is on the way. 1-1 upgrades, Bailing speed, getting to Lingbane, Roach Ravager. Shin looking very comfortable. And UpATree is indeed going for an all-in. Okay, so 3 base all-in. He still needs a little bit more time. Ideally, this hits with 2-2. Ideally, this hits with these upgrades. But the problem is that if we're waiting for these upgrades, Shin is going to max out. Shin, he's going to max out. He's already gotten away with droning. We even have safety spine crawlers. And this is not going to be an easy all-in here for UpATree. Not going to be easy. Did UpATree win the Atlanta lane? He did. He did. UpATree, he is a champion. Is literally best Terran in NA. Step aside future. Step aside Euthermal. What, you think you just moved to Mexico and be the best Terran in NA? No. You got Sal to contend with. True. Euthermal, go back to your 2v2s. As Sal, he's going to be forced back. Does poke in, forces a bit of friendly fire, does pull away. Let's go. And again, still just building up for his move by making 12 Marines at a time. Oh, wrong. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's go. As Shin is maxed out, UpATree soon to pull a trigger. Oh, pulling away for now. Does pull away. UpATree soon to max out himself. We're building up. Technically, UpATree will have a more efficient army. True. He's going to have man with gun. Likewise, it's going to be on Shin to try to trade ahead of time to engage with the main army as quickly as possible so we can rebuild and remax. We'll see if Sal can pull this off. How many tanks does he have? So far, 5, soon to be 6 tanks. 2-2 kicks in. Oh, the target firing. Oh no! Does pick up. Does pull away. We're fine. We're all good. Do you know there was an Terran pro besides Special? Looked up UpATree, pun intended. Mate, Special, he's been out of the game for quite some time. Sal can take him down easily. They crash in. Sal moving forward. Against supplies comparable. Ooh, half medevac is going to be going down. Brutal lost on the right hand side, trying to distract SHIN. UpATree moving in. Setting up his tanks. Again, SHIN setting up the surrounds. Vipers, they have arrived. Decent blinded clouds covering 2 of those tanks, and the rest of the tanks as well. Tanks are going to be shut down. And the Bio Army, they just have to get the hell out of here. Oh no, the power bombs. There's no escape. There's no escape. The Banelings, they crash in. There's no pickup either. Couple of Marines, they do try to stim away. Reinforcements are back at home. And Sally can try to make his final stand. Banelings, they crash into the Bio, tanks are exposed, and SHIN, he breaks through. He breaks through the main army, breaks the 3rd base. GG gets called, and SHIN, he takes game number 1. GG. GG. Oh, he got lucky, Pap. He got lucky. GG, well played. SHIN does take a lead here in the series. Again, SHIN was just able to really comfortably get up to 81 workers. Like, he was able to very comfortably join up once he got up to 81. Of course, Sal was being more passive from that moment. He was building up his own army. SHIN was able to max out. Not just max out, but SHIN was able to take up into Hive Tech, as we saw, into Adrenal, in towards Vipers as well. Of course, with the spellcasters can just pick away and just shut down the main army. Because UpATree was going for a 3-base all-in, there's a reason why he had no Marauders, he had no Ghosts. He didn't really have any higher form of tech with his army, just because he wasn't really meant to, right? It was just one big all-in here from Sal. Wasn't really intending for the game to go on any longer. You could also argue that maybe Sal was a little bit too delayed when it came to his move out as well, which should give SHIN a lot of time. With that, GG. GG, well played. We're now getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. NA Terran, special future, epic, Sal, colossal goal. True, true. I think I would put. Are you ranking them, mate? Sal and Colossi. Place them higher. Place them higher. Oh no. Don't forget Migs. Don't forget Migs. And Dolan. And Dolan. Oh. Meet all the ducks, subathon, I guess. Ah, maybe. Lad said he wants to do more of a work-life balance this year. Clearly, this proves casting is his life, TM. Oh, no. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It is all that I do. I mean, I do want, like, a better work-life balance. You're not wrong this year. That is my goal for... That is my life goal for 2025. My New Year's resolution. But we all know what happens with New Year's resolutions. You know, they last, like, a day. No, but January is just really busy for us. January is really busy. I'm hoping for, you know, like a bit of more even workload in February. That's what I'm hoping for. And of course, you know, depending on what happens with EWC, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the year. I'm still hopeful. Still very hopeful. Regardless, we're jumping into game 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Gaming Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Teal Protoss, or the Teal Terran player, the Canadian Terran for Psystorm. It is UpATree. He got rid of the Zelda. How could he? Smoge. This name change is almost as heinous as Jumi getting rid of 4. You know, now what does he play for? Who is he for? He's just Jumi. Just is. Smoge. Ah. Where did the Zelda go? Don't think I didn't see you playing Ocarina of Time during the Subathon, Sal. No, sorry, he was playing Majora's Mask. That's it. The other one. SMH my head. SMH. Turned his back on Zelda. Ah. We're settling it. Could have just name changed to Sal, to be honest. It's fine. It's a core Jumi, USA Jumi, Tex Jumi. Oh no. Here's Mix Vindicta. Easily number 1. But now, we are getting into our openers. Going to be a Rax Expand here from UpATree. Likewise, should be just Hatchgas Pool here. Yeah, Hatchgas Pool from SHIN as well. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Again, as a reminder, last game, UpATree did go for a 3-base all-in. Do we go for the same build here in game 2? Do we do something different? I'm curious, I'm excited. I'll be honest, I don't really get to see too much of UpATree, so I'm not too familiar with his playstyle. I don't know if he like embraces mech from time to time. I don't know if he cheeses too often or not either. So far, standard build here, and I don't know if he wants to either. Like, right, it's like as a competitor, especially as someone as high level as Sal, you know, do you really want to try to like cheese out SHIN, or do you want to like see yourself and see him at his best, right, and play standard, play more macro oriented instead? Against a player like SHIN, I will see. Depends what you want out of the experience. Likewise, do you want to see if SHIN can survive your standard play? True. Put SHIN to the test. Ah. Let him have it, Sal. Let him have it. Get him. For now, standard opener. For now, economic opener here from Sal. Is settling in. Once again, Roach base opener out of SHIN. Again, this has just become a very safe way to play in ZvT, and many Zerg players have embraced this. Not all, but many, specifically players like Dark, players like SHIN, players like several, those top 3 Zerg players come to mind. There are others that don't really embrace this as often, which is why I honestly find it really refreshing to cast players like Raynor, for example. Raynor, Solar, they're more willing to open up Ling Mei, which is a more older school style of playing, and a little bit more risky. You know, Hellions, they dive in. Getting a couple of workers. Couple of drones go down. Trading 2 for 2. 2 Hellions for 2 drones. Viking has arrived. Takes down the Overlord. Overlord did get a full scouts, so as a result, SHIN is fully aware of the opener. Did spot the third TC, is aware of the 1-1-1. Now, SHIN did get eyes on the lack of add-on swap and did see that the starport was already building, so SHIN should recognize that there are no Banshees. Most likely going to be either a Viking, I mean, it is a Viking opener, a Viking Liberator opener instead of Banshee. So, is getting ready for those libs. Spores are in position. Hellions, they go for the tithe. But Roaches are popping out just in time. I say that Hellions are making their way to the main. 1 Hellion going down. 1 Hellion does fall. A couple of drones do line up, getting 4 drones so far, but looks like only 4 drones. Hellions are going to get cornered. Going to be focused down. And that was, what, 6 Hellions in total for 6 drones. Just an even trade here. I would say better trades for SHIN. I'm sure UpATree was hoping for a little bit more efficiency out of those Hellions. Behind this, calming down, getting to 2 more Raxes into a 5 Rax setup for the time being. We're still settling in. We go. And this Liberator does arrive, and ooh, is going to be zoned away. It's going to be zoned away here by SHIN. Does force him back. So far, SHIN, he does hold well. Layers finishing up, getting to 1-1 upgrades. Now, what I will say coming into Whispers of Gold is that this map is more exposed, it's more vulnerable. And we can see UpATree try to abuse that. Personally, I would prefer something like an 8 racks on Whispers of Gold. But I feel like it's a little bit too late in a sense. Oh, we're doing it again. Never mind. We're going for the same build. What I was going to say here is that I do actually prefer 8 racks on this map. They're a lot more successful. We have seen a lot of top Zerg players die to 8 racks on Whispers of Gold. But because Sal already went for that in game 1, I mean, in a way, SHIN is going to be a little more aware, and he's going to be a little more, I should say, vigilant when it comes to scouting and checking for this. Speaking of, here comes the Overseer. Overseer dives into the main, and the Overseer sees the extra racks. Again, that is an 8 rack setup. We shouldn't be getting add-ons here, and once again, this is a 3-base all-in. So same build 2 games in a row from UpATree. SHIN does shut down those rocks, and SHIN, he's cutting workers earlier on. Remember last game, SHIN, he was so quick to drone up to past 80 drones. Here, SHIN is cutting workers at just under 4-base saturation at 76 and massing up Roach Ravager. SHIN, he's getting ready to try to knock UpATree down before UpATree can all-in it. Oh boy. So you all-in him before he all-ins you. Let's go. As SHIN, he is gearing up. He is getting ready. Link speed is still just now starting up. And here comes Roach Ravager. And the 3rd base is going to be denied. Sal going to be knocked down to 2 bases. Forced to evacuate. SHIN getting high ground vision. He wants those tanks. He wants them. He moves in. He gets 1. He's going to get 1. He's going to get the other as well. And the Bio Army going to be forced back. 2 tanks left. And the Biles once again, oh, they shut down the tank. Yeah, just Bio, just Marines remaining here. All 3 tanks have fallen. Overseer finally goes down, but the damage has been done. And SHIN is breaking through. He's just breaking through the defensive line. GG gets called, and SHIN, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. Can you believe he got lucky 2 games in a row? That's crazy. That's GG, well played. Congratulations, SHIN. He does advance on. Very well played. Shout out to UpATree, though. Shout out to Sal for not just competing in today's tournament, but for also doing this in the middle of his subathon. Again, Sal, he has been putting in and streaming quite a lot over the past couple of days. It's been a very long subathon for Sal, and very successful, of course. And I believe he still has plenty more days to go when it comes to streaming. So, best of luck. Best. Hold on. Let me just... There we go. Oh, never mind. I was gonna leave him a message, but doesn't have them open. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. SHIN does take the series 2-0. Does advance on into the next round. And the question becomes, does he have an opponent? Do we have updates in the bracket? Exclamation mark and B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves.